Growing up in Yaldos, there's only a few things that you can become. It's either you want to steal a car or you want to work in a bank. That's the only options you have.
As a kid, Sheldon Tatchell roamed the streets looking for ways to make money. He didn't want to be a gangster, so he started shadowing the only other top business guys in his area, the local barbers.
The barber was basically the person that you would go to every week, and the guys that came up with the coolest haircut, the praise used to go to the barber instead of the person with the haircut. And that actually made the barber the coolest guy in the community.
When Sheldon was 14 years old, instead of giving him clothes for Christmas, his father saved enough money to buy his son his first pair of clippers. For the rest of his teenage years, Sheldon became the kid that everybody went to after school for the freshest haircuts.
I'll be on the street going to go hustle. I can remember there was a time where both my parents weren't working, so that actually contributed to me providing for the family.
He was just a kid who started cutting hair on the streets of Eldorado Park, and now he's the business mogul behind Legends Barber, who have cut hair for the likes of international R&B legend 𝗂𝗃𝗃.
In less than 10 years, Sheldon Tatchell built a barbershop empire with over 60 stores across Africa.
If you would have told me that time that you'll be in control of close to 500 staff members, that's something that I never thought would be possible.
But building his empire has not been an overnight success for Sheldon. After finishing school, his dream was to open his own barbershop, but he didn't have the capital and his parents insisted he get a real job. So he started working in the bank.
It was a 9-to-5 job where every day you wake up and you feel miserable and you question yourself each and every day, why am I doing this? Is it having an impact on the community? Am I making a difference?
Even though from Monday to Friday he dragged himself to his bank job, on Saturday and Sunday, Sheldon set up a chair, an extension cable and a boombox outside his cousin's computer shop in Eldorado Park. And he did what made him happy. He cut hair.
I always believe that in order to run a business, you have to be creative. I used to have a small notebook and I used to write down each and every customer's name and the conversation that we had that day. So next time that person would come back and sit on the chair, I would make reference to that booklet. So you just continue on that relationship building. And that's been a foundation of Legends ever since.
After years of working in the bank and cutting hair as a side hustle, in 2014 Sheldon made the decision to quit the bank and invest everything he had into his own barbershop in Eldos. He worked 24/7 to create a name for the business, and for the first 4 months he never took a cent home.
There was no investors ever since I started. I've learned the hard way. You tend to cherish it a bit more. You tend to look at every penny. You understand? And each and every dime counts, no matter how you spend it up until today.
While Sheldon put everything he earned back into the barbershop, his wife, Eldorado Tatchell, became the breadwinner in the family.
She was the person that said, you know what, she will carry the cost. She will make sure that we at least have stuff to eat. So she stood by me all the way.
It's a privilege to cut the legend's hair. That just shows that the legend trusts the legend. Sheldon has a strange way of getting into your heart. Very persistent. He describes himself as a kite, and I'm the person that keeps us grounded.
A year after opening his first store, Sheldon opened a second, and a year after that, a third. Within his first 3 years, he had opened 6 stores nationwide. It was only at this point that he actually started to draw a sustainable income from the business.
My main objective was that I'm not going to be able to pay my salary with one store because it wouldn't be feasible. So I had to double it up, and that's a formula that I was using all along. It was basically just putting money back into the business and just seeing how it goes from there.
Just like the barbers he used to shadow on the streets of Eldorado Park, Sheldon Tatchell had now become a celebrity barber in his own right. He was the go-to guy for heavyweight celebrities across South Africa.
The celebrities caught on to the wave that we were trying to build. And it wasn't the other way around. Like, we weren't running after celebrities. Celebrities would ask us, can we give them a haircut?
Celebrities like hip-hop legend 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃 started getting their cuts done by Sheldon and then posting about it on social media.
Shout out to Sheldon for always hooking me up with the cut. You see when the cut goes like this and then the top goes like brah, brah, brah.
Then the celebrities' followers also wanted to get their hair done by Sheldon, and on, Legend's popularity grew.
Social media has played a huge role. I think 80% of our business is based on social media.
If you speak to anyone that has ever met Sheldon, they'll tell you that this empire he's building is his life, and the bigger it gets, the harder he works.
Sheldon wakes up extremely early. 3 o'clock, he sends out messages. His brain is always running. He sacrifices family time. He sacrifices personal time to make sure that this business runs as efficiently as it does. I try to keep our family life afloat. I try to maintain good relationship with our kids, make sure that they know that he's out working. And I try to stand in for him most of the time. I'm emotional because I think of the sacrifices that were made to get the business where it is.
It's not a normal lifestyle. I mean, my kids sometimes, they don't understand. What you're trying to do is to build something that will surpass their lifetimes. Growing up with nothing, it made me more hungry. It made me want to have more because I wouldn't want my kids to grow up the same that I grew up. I would like to provide a better future than what I had.
For Sheldon, business isn't just about making money. It is about building a legacy of serving his community.
I always believe that if you're a blessing to others, you'll be blessed. And that's something that we've lived by as a business, being able to always do good in other people's lives.
Since he started cutting hair on the streets of Eldorado Park, Sheldon has always visited old-age homes to give the elderly free haircuts. But it's more than a haircut. It's his way of connecting and taking care of some of the most vulnerable members of his community.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
So what was woemanklik? Om 'n soccer speler or singer?
Toen al jack of all trades, master of none. But I reckon music was my first love.
When I started to open the first shop, back then there was no name because there was nothing that we resonated with. I then sat down and I was like, you know what? Why not name the barbershop after these old people? Because they're actually the legends of our community. And that's where the name Legends Barbershop came from.
It isn't just the elderly that Sheldon commits his time to though. He also takes teams of barbers out to socio-economically disadvantaged schools to inspire the kids and give free haircuts.
In my primary school when I was a youngster, so it feels good to come back.
What would you say to a young Sheldon that wants to travel this journey?
I would say never stop dreaming. You come from a place where people around you don't get out of this mentality of the four corners of Eldorado Park. It limits you to dream beyond that four corners. And that's one thing I would say is that your dreams are valid.